Hey everyone, Pimit here. Today I'm going to show you how to build a placement point system for your zone wars or box fight or whatever map you want to add placement points to. This is the same placement point mechanic I used for the 100 Thieves box fight map. As you can see, it does not take many devices. It uses 7 channels initially and then 1 channel for each placement you want to award score on. Before we get started, I would really appreciate credit if you use the system in your map. It doesn't have to be anything big. You can just put my name in the spawn lobby or a trailer description, or you could build a massive sculpture of me. Some examples of that are on screen right now, but really just whatever option suits you. So let's get into this. First, place down a sequencer and set it to activate on game start. Then, grab a trigger. Set the trigger to channel 1 and then place it in the sequencer path. Make sure the trigger is a bit away from the start of the sequencer or it may glitch out on game start. Follow that trigger with 2 more triggers, one on channel 6 and the other on channel 7. Next, place down 3 mutator zones. Set the first 2 mutators to allow weapon fire yes, width, depth, and height to 100, and enabled on game start to no. Put these same settings into the 3rd mutator, except don't touch the enabled at game start setting. Now go back to the first mutator and set it to enable on channel 1, disable on channel 2, and on player entering zone transmit on channel 2. Set the second mutator to enable on channel 4, disable on channel 5, and on player entering zone transmit on channel 5. Set the last mutator to on player leaving zone transmit on channel 3. Now place down a trigger that triggers when receiving from channel 5 and transmits on channel 7. Next, grab a score manager. Set score change when activated to 1. Then set transmit on score to whatever placement you want to give players score on. So here I want to give all remaining players score when there are 10 remaining players. So I'm setting transmit on score to 10. Then set reset to channel 1, increment to channel 2, decrement to channel 3, and on score output transmit to channel 8. Then grab another trigger. Set it to disable on game start. Set enable when receiving from to channel 6. Trigger when receiving from to channel 8. And when triggered transmit on to channel 4. Now, grab another score manager. Set the score value to however many points you want all remaining players to receive at the amount of remaining players you set in the other score manager. Set activate when receiving from to channel 5, enable when receiving from to channel 8, and disable when receiving from to channel 7. If you want to add more placements where players are given score, it's super simple. Copy over the first score manager and set the transmit on score to the new placement you want. So for here it's top 5. Then increment channel 8 by 1. Copy over the trigger and increment channel 8 by 1. Then copy over the last score manager. You can change the score value if you want, and then increment channel 8 again. So for every time you want to add more placements, you just need to copy these 3 devices, change the placement and possibly score, and then increment that channel value by 1. To give players score on a victory, I'm just going to set transmit on score to 1. So there's just one last thing you may need to do. If you want to give score to the winning player, having last man standing on may end the game before the player gets score. So, in the score manager that grants score to the winning player, set times can trigger to 1, and on max triggers transmit to whatever open channel you have. Then, place down a team settings device that ends game on that same channel. That's all for now. If you have any suggestions for other tutorials I should make, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.